A resounding yawn, followed by, so what else can you do? Second problem of the resurrection, the accounts conflict. As I mentioned before, the Bible is horribly repetitious, and I love that because it gives me data beyond belief. It gives me ammunition, if you want about it. What are some of the problems of the resurrection in the accounts? At what time in the morning did women visit the tomb? Mark says the rising of the sun. John says it was yet dark. On what day of the week did they arrive? Matthew says Saturday. Mark, Luke, and John say Sunday. Who came? John says Mary Magdalene. Matthew says Mary Magdalene and the other Mary. Mark says Mary Magdalene, Mary the mother of James and Salome. And Luke says Mary Magdalene, Joanna, Mary the mother of James, and the other women. Was the tomb open or closed when they arrived? Luke says it's open. Matthew says it's closed. Who did they see at the tomb? Matthew says the angel. Mark says a young man. Luke says two men. And John says two angels. Were these men or angels? I don't know which they were. Were they inside or outside the tomb? Matthew says they're outside. Mark, Luke, and John say they're inside. Were they standing or sitting? Luke says they were standing. Mark, Luke, and John say they were sitting. Now, I've given about 7 or 8. I have 23 of these. It's just on that. Resurrection. Third major problem of the resurrection. Christians always talk about heaven. We're going to heaven. They don't even read their own book. What does their book say? All they have to do, and I popped this on a minister, Peter Ruckman, who's an ultra-right-wing, super fundamentalist. I mean, he's far to the right of Jerry Falwell. I pulled this on him on a radio. He really didn't have an answer. All he did was get mad and nasty. Read Ecclesiastes 3:19 to 21. What does it say? It says there are no resurrections. If you die, you're not going anywhere. I'm not saying this, the Bible's saying. What does it say? I'm going to read this verbatim. For the fate of the sons of men and the fate of the beasts is the same. As one dies, so dies the other. They all have the same breath, and man has no advantage. I repeat, no advantage or preeminence over the beasts. For all is vanity, all go to one place. One place. If people are going to heaven, an awful lot of animals are following right along. I'm talking about head, sex, and everything else. All go to one place. All are from the dust. And all are torn to dust again, returned to dust again. Who knows whether the spirit of the man goes upward, and the spirit of the beast goes down to the earth. Ecclesiastes 9:5 earlier stated, for the living know that they shall die, but the dead know not anything. Neither have they any more a reward. That negates heaven from their own book. The last problem of the resurrection. Others did things more spectacular than Jesus. Elijah never died at all. He just went to heaven straight in a chariot. Adam was never born to begin with. He came in the world as a full-grown adult. Jesus never topped that. Isaac was born to a woman who had passed through menopause, and Melchizedek, Jesus never reached this level. He had no father, no mother, no beginning, no end. Hebrews 2:1-3. I used to live in Indianapolis, and they have a paper there called Indianapolis Star. It's a far right-wing paper. The very front of the page, the very first paper on the top, they always have that quote from 2 Corinthians 3:17, which promises me no end. It says, where the Spirit of the Lord is, there is liberty. They're getting this in the Bible. Have they read the Bible at all? You really wonder. The Bible supports slavery. Strongly, I might add. What are some quotes to that effect? Ephesians 6:5-7. Servants, be obedient to them that are your masters, according to the flesh, with fear and trembling. Colossians 5:22. Servants, obey all things your all Obey in all things your masters according to the flesh. And whatsoever you do, do it heartily as to the Lord. Serving your master, teaching slaves, serve your master is just like serving God. 1 Peter 2. Servants, 7. Servants, be subject to your masters with all fear, not only to be good and gentle, but also to be froward. And the last one, Timothy. 1 Timothy 6:1. Let all who are under the yoke of slavery regard their masters as worthy of all honor, so that the name of God be not blasphemed. A direct link up between serving your master and serving God. If that isn't supporting slavery, I don't know what. In fact, that's exactly the position that Jefferson Davis took. Jefferson Davis was the president of the Confederacy during the Civil War. And here's what he said, and he is exactly correct. Why do I put it exactly when it's correct is good enough? He said this: let the gentleman go to Revelation, he's talking about the Bible, to learn the decree of God. Let him go to the Bible. I said that slavery was sanctioned in the Bible, authorized, regulated, and recognized from Genesis to Revelation. Definitely true. Slavery existed then in the earliest ages and among the chosen people of God, and in Revelation we are told that it shall exist till the end of time. You will find it in the Old and New Testament, the prophecies, the Psalms, the epistles of Paul. You will find it recognized and sanctioned everywhere. No wonder they fought for slavery during the Civil War. They had the Bible on their side. And as if it wasn't bad enough, we find that the treatment of women in the Bible is atrocious. How a woman can support the Bible is beyond me. For a woman to back up the Bible is the equivalent of a slave saying slavery is not a bad idea. I like it. The treatment of women is atrocious. It's somewhere between that of a domestic servant, a household servant, and a slave. Read a couple quotes. Wives, submit yourselves unto your own husbands as to the Lord. Here we have that Lord business again. The wife is supposed to support her husband as if she is supporting God. 1 Corinthians 11:3, but I would have you know that the head of every man is Christ, and the head of the woman is the man. I have quite a few of these quotes, in fact.